pops out into the headlines once again.
KCBS News Time 8:08. Traffic and weather time with Kim in your local Honda dealer's traffic center, and she's got word of a new crash on the Bay Bridge. Yep, we have trouble in San Francisco. There's actually a crash on the freeways, a crash on the bridge. This report brought to you by Pacific Private Money. I'm looking at, first of all, North 101 up by Silver Avenue. It looks like it's either a stall or a crash blocking the 3rd from left lane. We have traffic backing up beyond 3rd Street here as you make your way toward the James Lick Freeway. And then we heard from a couple of members of our KCBS phone force. Hussein and Tony both saw this crash on the lower deck. So this is eastbound before you get to the island. Let's put it right around the center anchorage. It looks like at least one, possibly 2 lanes blocked now, according to the CHP. It looks like they do have an official report on this crash. Traffic is beginning to back up on the Skyway. The Pacific Private Money Bridge report is showing stop-and-go traffic again from the Skyway onto the lower deck. Westbound coming into town, that looks a lot better actually than the eastbound side. We do have a little bit of a wait at the toll plaza, but not bad. Looking at the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge, there seems to be a problem here as well. Westbound, about mid-span, we see traffic kind of pick up at a slow band of traffic, not just at the tolls, but over the water. Again, nothing official reported right now, but traffic at the toll plaza backs up a little bit beyond Castro Street, and just expect slow traffic till you get to about mid-span, and that's where traffic does loosen up. But if you see anything there, feel free to call us here at 415-391-KCBS. That's the number for the KCBS phone force. Well, Pacific Private Money can help bridge the financial gap between selling your current home and securing your new home. Find out more at pacificprivatemoney.com. Your next update, 8:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS. Mostly sunny skies expected throughout the afternoon today, with highs getting into the 60s and 70s at the beaches, which could stay a little bit cloudy into the 70s and 80s inland. We've got traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Are you fed up with your old-fashioned water softener and its time-consuming upkeep? Are you tired of buying bottled water because your tap water is undrinkable? A LifeSource whole house water system is your solution. This is Claire Beverly, and I want to tell you about LifeSource, the Bay Area's most recommended whole house water system. LifeSource reduces hard water problems like water softeners, but with LifeSource you get more. Unlike water with softeners, you can drink the water from all your faucets. No need to buy expensive bottled water. The bad taste and harsh feel of chemicals like chlorine and chloramines are eliminated. With LifeSource, there are no filters to change and no salt to add. They install it, you forget it. Call for a free consultation to replace your softener with a LifeSource water system. Call 888-712-4279 or visit lifesourcewater.com. That's 888-712-4279. LifeSource Water. Taste and feel the difference.
Hey guys, if you had a problem with your plumbing, would you wait 6 years to have it fixed? If your car's engine started to misfire, would you drive it that way for 6 years, or would you have an expert fix the problem? The average man waits 6 years to see a doctor about ED, impotence, or low testosterone. At Prime Male Medical, they've helped thousands of men in the Bay Area, and they can help you too. But don't take my word for it. Here's Dr. Robert Rowley from Prime Male Medical.
We have virtually every medication known to man to help men. We specialize in treatments for ED and low T, and we have a 99% success rate. We offer a variety of treatments, including high-dose sublingual lozenges, ultrasound-based shockwave therapy, and injectable therapies. Most impotence problems can be treated in just one visit.
Get your first visit, PSA and testosterone test, Doppler ultrasound, and a full year of follow-up visits for just $99. Learn more at PrimeMaleMedical.com or call 415-761-4037. That's 415-761-4037.
KCBS News Time 8:11. As we recently reported, a group of South Bay doctors has been making a case that poor working conditions are responsible for a growing mental health crisis among their ranks. Well, now a top county official is pushing back. KCBS reporter Keith Manconi has the update.
Doctors working for the county's healthcare system say they are understaffed and overworked. And some believe the chronic stress contributed to the death by suicide of one of their colleagues in May. But County Executive Jeff Smith is now saying this tragedy should not be linked to workplace grievances. He told KCBS in a recent interview that he believes those grievances have been overblown amid a heated contract dispute.
It really boils down to they want more money for certain specialties and they're trying to dig up something to complain about.
But Dr. Stephen Harris, who heads a union representing county doctors, says the concerns among healthcare workers are too widespread to be ignored.
Jeff Smith is either completely out of touch or he's willfully dismissing important concerns, trying to wave them away just because we're in contract negotiations.
In the South Bay, Keith Manconi, KCBS.
KCBS News Time, 8:13. Sports coming up in 2 minutes. When you want something great, you probably don't want to wait for it, right? I mean, you might even be stuck waiting in traffic right now, and, well, how enjoyable is that? Well, Xfinity has a great new offer on fast internet right now. You'll get unlimited internet with gig speed and supersonic Wi-Fi too. And get this, there's no annual contract required, no equipment fees, and a 2-year internet rate guarantee. Plus, it even comes with a free Flex 4K streaming box. And it's all just $50 a month when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data, a price that is truly jaw-dropping. The Xfinity Supersonic Bundle. Well, don't wait. Visit Xfinity.com/gig. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store to learn more today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay. New gigabit internet customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done, with 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Coming up on KCBS, how ongoing supply chain issues could be the Grinch that stole Christmas. KCBS News Time 8:15. Let's head over to the Bay Area Chevy Dealer Sports Desk, where we find Ted Ramey talking about an MLB and Bay Area legend calling it a career on his broadcasting.
Yeah, one of the all-time A's greats is hanging up the headset. Dennis Eckersley, after 20 years with New England Sportsnet as a Red Sox analyst, is working his last broadcast on October 5th. He says that he entered pro baseball in 1972 when he was right out of high school, and 50 years have gone by. He says it's time. He also said he wants to spend more time with his family, specifically his 3-year-old twin grandchildren. Eck, as he was known by all, was as dominant a closer as we have ever seen in baseball when he was at his peak. He was one of the first pitchers in Major League Baseball history to have both a 20-win season as a starter and a 50-save season as a closer. He was the 1992 American League Cy Young Award winner and AL MVP, a 6-time All-Star, World Series champion, and as a broadcaster, really, really good. So congratulations to Dennis Eckersley. Over to golf, the PGA Tour has asked a federal judge to deny a temporary restraining order to 3 of its suspended members who left to compete in the rival Live Golf Invitational Series. Taylor Gooch, Matt Jones, and Hudson Swafford are the suspended players that want to compete in the FedEx playoffs, but the PGA is arguing this is a having your cake and eating it too type mentality. A motion was filed this morning in the U.S. District Court in the Northern District of California, with lawyers for the PGA calling the players' injunction legally baseless. The hearing is now scheduled for tomorrow in San Jose. PGA very clear in saying that the players that defected for Live Golf were well aware that this would be a breach of tour regulations, while the legal team representing the players filed an antitrust lawsuit last week and say the punishment of not being allowed to compete is substantial and irreparable. At the sports desk, Ted Ramey, KCBS.
You may not know it, but the equity in your home can provide you with cash when you need it most. Whether you're looking to consolidate debt or cover a major renovation, a home equity line of credit or cash out refinance from Fremont Bank may be a great choice for you. With increased home values, now may be the right time to give us a call to find out how your home's equity can work for you. Visit fremontbank.com or call 866-992-INFO today. NMLS number 478471, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The PGA Tour is back in Napa Valley with the Fortinet Championship, where fans experience every kind of cheers. Join us September 15th through the 18th at Silverado Resort and Spa for 4 days of world-class golf, Napa hospitality, and 2 nights of unforgettable performances featuring multi-platinum superstar Cole Swindell and Grammy-nominated powerhouse One Republic, all included with your daily ticket. Join Fortinet, Silicon Valley's leader in cybersecurity, at the Fortinet Championship. Secure your tickets now at FortinetChampionship.com.
Nature Valley has helped restore access to 10,000 miles of national park trails, and we're on our way to restoring even more, because every mile is a new memory. Life happens out there. Nature Valley.
KCBS News Time 8:18. 6-day forecast is coming up, but the traffic watch is first with Kim Wonderly. We had some problems in San Francisco last time around. Let's get the update. Yeah, we still do, especially considering the lower deck of the Bay Bridge. This crash on the lower deck, followed also by a stall that's on the lower deck, is really tying up traffic trying to leave the city. This report brought to you by Cars for Kids Real Estate. So eastbound, it's before the island, a crash in the middle lane, and also near the Treasure Island off-ramp, there's a stalled rig, and you know what happens there? They have to block that left lane to try to back that up and get it out of the way. So with 2 lanes out of play on the lower deck around the island, traffic is backed up all the way across the Skyway, and now it's starting to spill onto the northbound side of the James Lick Freeway as you come out of that area that we call Hospital Curve, approaching the split. That's where the slow traffic begins. Also, we've had a problem on North 101 near Silver Avenue. There was an earlier stall. That's been cleared, so Chilton Out-of-Body Collision Cam is still finding some sluggish traffic making your way up North 101 while this tries to shake loose. We have some rather untimely road work that was supposed to have been picked up on the Altamont Pass at 7 o'clock, but obviously it's still there. We did hear from Keith of the KCBS phone force that the 2 right lanes are still cordoned off. This is eastbound 580. It's backed up solid from North Flynn as you make your way out toward Grant Line. Then it all loosens up before Grant Line, but this is stop-and-go traffic as you make your way on the eastbound side. Well, Cars for Kids now accepts real estate donations. Cars for Kids Real Estate will take over all expenses for your property. Best of all, Cars for Kids Real Estate will provide you with a tax deduction for the full appraised value of your property. To donate, visit carsforkidsrealestate.org. Your next update, 8:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS. Mancini Sleep World 6-day forecast now, introducing Sleep Match exclusively at Mancini Sleep World. With that forecast is Jessica Birch joining us from the KPIX5 Weather Center.
Hey, good morning. Daytime highs today still ranging in the upper 60s for our friends in San Francisco. Partly cloudy skies today along the coast and the Bay. We're going to see a lot more sunshine as we wrap up this week, though, no matter where you live in the Bay. As for our friends in Oakland, 72 for our afternoon daytime high. Santa Clara Valley, still in the upper 70s for now, but we will see some low 80s in the forecast, returning as early as Wednesday. Partly cloudy conditions stick around for us off in our east inland hills in the morning, but it does bleed off into the afternoon hours. We're going to see a lot of sunshine this weekend, so stay tuned for that. For now, I'm meteorologist Jessica Birch with your KCBS KPIX5 First Alert forecast.
Right now in San Jose, it's 64 degrees. It's 61 in Redwood City, 63 in Oakland, 61 in San Rafael, 62 in Livermore, and in San Francisco. We've got traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time 6:21. There is word that San Francisco's health department has pulled back when it comes to contact tracing for monkeypox. The revelation, reported by the Bay Area News Group, comes amid federal and state public emergency declarations over the monkeypox virus, along with a similar declaration from San Francisco Mayor London Breed. Contact tracing is a standard public health practice in fighting outbreaks of a viral disease, but emails obtained by the Bay Area News Group show public health department officials indicate many people who've been interviewed during what they call the early days of the outbreak were unwilling or in some cases unable to share the names of their partners. One email says it's been hard to track known cases without knowing who may have been exposed, so the health department says it shifted strategy about a month ago to instead focus on investigating specific groups. However, some epidemiologists say it is vitally important to let exposed people know whom they might have had an encounter with. Just as retailers are starting to gear up for the holiday season, there are warnings of a possible nationwide shipping logjam. A shortage of rail workers is causing cargo to pile up once again in America's ports, and CBS's Carter Evans reports from the Port of Los Angeles, the key link in the U.S. supply chain.
'Tis the season for ships packed with holiday ships to start flooding America's ports. But the containers are already piling up, clogging the docks, waiting for trains to transport cargo across the country.
There are about 35,000 containers that are designated for rail on our docks right now. On a normal day, looks more like 9,000 units.
LA Port Director Gene Soroka is sounding the alarm to prevent another scene like this.
How long before we see it back up at sea again?
We've probably got another 4 to 6 weeks if we do nothing.
Over the last 3 years, railroads have lost 20% of their employees.
A lot of that is because they cut their own workforce.
Analyst Ben Nolan says it began when they tried to streamline operations with a practice called precision scheduled railroading.
When you're hyper efficient, you're ill prepared for unexpected things like pandemics.
So where are the bottlenecks right now?
Bottlenecks right now are on that last mile.
Union Pacific Operations VP Eric Geringer says his railroad has already hired hundreds of new employees.
We're handling that volume. Resources beyond the railroad, that's where we need to see gains.
The rails move containers inland where merchandise is transferred and delivered. But with truck driver shortages and now a flood of goods arriving,
the warehouses are full. There's nowhere to all of the goods.
And the containers keep coming.
Is it going to get any worse?
That number continues to grow every day, every week.
Would more trains here help?
Absolutely, but you have to have somewhere to put